Start with the basic stuff. Just give me an overview of your room. You happy with how camp's gone for them? What do you think? New guys, old guys?
Yeah, I'm very excited what we got going on right now. I really feel like the room has some added depth. Really feel strongly about 8 guys in that room right now. I think they're playing with high effort right now, doing some elite things. It's gonna be exciting this year. I can't wait. I can't wait to line up. To be honest.
The returning guys. I guess 4 guys who started games for you last year. Where have they progressed?
Yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about P. Fox, Hud, T. Ray, and Rodney. That's probably the 4 you're talking about. Man, those guys have made tremendous strides in all facets of their playability. I think they all had strong summers, which have allowed them to do that. T. Ray's playing at a really high level right now. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten faster, he's gotten stronger. P. Fox is playing at a really high level right now. Coach Scott's got a saying right now: "When in doubt, find the Fox." And just this is the way he's been playing. He's just so reliable. As I made the joke last year about the Honda Accord, but he is what he is. Hud is playing at a high level right now as well, and high effort, and is winning versus man at a high rate. Making some competitive catches, and Rodney, in the spring I told you guys that I wasn't, he wasn't where I wanted him as a route runner right now, and he has made significant strides in that realm, and I'm really excited for those 4 guys, and but it's a testament to the work that they put in. A lot of times, coaches try to take a lot of the credit, but man, those guys worked all summer, and they're starting to see the fruits of their labor.
Was around for the end of practice, and some of those red zone catches. That's just great coaching, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, great coaching. Yeah, but no, I mean, Jay Braid, man, he went and made something today. It was just awesome. Some really competitive catches. Just shows his athleticism. Hud had one deep downfield today. Rodney had one. It was a really good day for us in the red zone, and for us to make the strides that we want to as an offense, we got to be good down there. When we get in that 25-yard line, that's when the wideouts got to come alive.
You've got some variety in this group this year. Press man you had some issues with that last year. Do you think you've got that taken care of with what you brought in and what the guys coming back have done since then?
Yeah, I think part of it was, you look at it, man, and when we really got rolling last year, we were playing with 3 freshmen last year, and in Devon, those are the guys we were mainly playing with, and those guys they just weren't strong enough at that time, and they had the movement skills, but they weren't strong enough to combat. Now they got it, so now I'm excited to see, like, hey, come press us. I can't wait to see what happens.
Talk about the transfers. 2 guys, Bray and Justin.
Yeah, obviously Jay Bray's been here since the spring, and he's doing a phenomenal job. And he only started playing football, if I'm not mistaken, as a junior in high school. So it's still a lot of newness to it for him to learn how to play the position. But he's just a freak athlete, and the kid. One thing I love about the man, I try not to say kid. I love about the man is that he just plays so hard every snap, and he really lays it down on the line for his guys, and you can cover up a lot of things. You just play with high effort, man, and he's a pleasure to be around all the time. He's just always happy. I've never seen him in a bad mood. Really great addition. Justin Robinson, obviously, he got here this summer. Really big target, very long, big body, 218 pounds. His biggest thing right now is just learning how to, strain through some things and play hard and play to the standard of our room, because our guys, if you turn on the tape, and those 4 guys that played last year, they play really hard, and that's the standard in his room. And if he learns how to do that, man, he'll be a really good player because he's got all the skill sets. He can run. He's got great ball skills. He's strong. It's just we got to get that extra from him, and and it's my job to make sure I get that out of him.
On Rodney, he's obviously a conversation about him getting some snaps on defense and things like that as well. How do you manage that for him? He's trying to take another step in the receiver room, but he's also handling another side of the field and that workload that's kind of new to him. And where's his progression now as a receiver for you?
Yeah, well, the thing about Rod is he's an athlete, and you can only do this if you're an athlete. And he does some natural things on defense, which is allowing him to do that. But he knows the offense, and because it's his second year in the offense, it's not something where you're trying to teach somebody brand new how to do this, like he knows what to do. Like, hey, Rod, this is what you got. You good? Yep, I'm good, coach. Go play. For defense, it's a little bit more learning curve, but he can handle it from a mental standpoint because he is smart and he is competitive. And when you got a guy like that, you can do whatever you want to do.
You mentioned the returners. You mentioned the transfer guys. You got 2 freshmen, 18 and 11. They're right in there. What's made them get in the mix and consider playing them?
Yeah, well, the thing about I start with Brandon Raymond first. Brandon, comes from a really highly rated high school, and they do things the right way there, and they have a really good developmental program. And so coming into college, same thing with Josiah Trotter. They know how to practice like college players already. They know how to play hard. Like I don't have to tell Brandon go. Like he knows how to play hard. For him, it's just a learning curve of learning the offense. Still learning some things how to play receiver at a collegiate level, but he's going to be a really good player in the future. I can see it. Right, I can see it in him right now. He has the skill set to do it, and I like where he's at right now. It'll be interesting to see how this thing unfolds throughout the year, but he is competing every single day, which I'm excited about. And then Day, obviously you guys have seen his tape, and he's very electric. He can stop on a dime and leave you two nickels. You know what I mean? And that's what's so excited about him is just that when he gets the ball in his hands, like just hold your breath, because he's going to make the first person miss. For him, he's just, he's really good at the ball in the skill, and he got good skill set. He's got to become. He's got to become a cleaner route runner. And I think just sometimes he wants to make so many moves that he trips himself up sometimes. And I'm never going to take away his creativity because a lot of people, like 99% of the people that have walked through these buildings don't have the creativity he has. So I'm not going to take that away, but he's got to know when to and when not to. Just situational football, but he's going to be a really good player as well. I'm excited about both those freshmen.
How about going north and south? Does he do
Yeah,
that?
yeah, he can run. He can run. And once he can open that thing up, he can go. He can go. So we're very excited about him. His biggest thing, and we told him in high school, he's gonna learn how he got to eat, he got to lift, got to get bigger. But and then that's when he'll really come into his own.
So that was the 8 then. We've covered the 8 that you mentioned that you really like right now.
Yeah, probably the person that we probably haven't mentioned right now is Jerel Williams, and Jerel, he does a really good job of being versatile. He can play all 3 positions, and he's that guy that I told him before the season, man, you got to be ready to roll at any position and do it well. And that's who he is, and he's playing hard, and he's making some plays, and that's what excites me about him. And he's doing a great job on special teams, and he's going to be a core guy that we need to be there for depth as well.
What would you say in terms of Hudson? Obviously, last year wasn't even a scholarship player at this point, ends up emerging, now a star. What does he need to do to take his game to another level?
Yeah, easy on a star. We ain't there yet. He's a good player, but we ain't there yet, and he knows that, and I told him that. But the thing about it is he works like he's still a walk-on. You know what I mean? And he's humble. He has not got that to his head to where he's like, I've arrived, which is awesome. And he's worked, and he's because the thing about Hud is that he was just a football player in high school. He was just an athlete, right? And he played receiver, but I mean, really, was he receiver? I don't know. He just, hey, throw me the ball, And now he's understanding how to run routes, how to get open versus different leverages, how to control. A big thing for him last year was body control. I called him crazy legs sometimes because he would just get so out of whack. But now he's gotten more body control. He's tight within his routes, and he really understands how to create separation now. So like I said, he's made a big jump, and arguably, he's probably had the strongest summer out of all. He's had the strongest summer in the room, just from a work ethic standpoint and a weight room standpoint. Like, no, I don't think anybody out-trained him in my room right now, and that's just a testament to him. Don't get me wrong, the other guys worked hard, but he was at another level this summer.
All those guys that you got to consider, what's going to sift it out and determine who's on the field? What are the things that you're demanding of them? What are the things that they have to do to separate themselves?
Yeah, man. Every day I treat every practice like a game, and myself and Nick Pareca, my assistant wideout coach, we both grade the game we grade every practice like a game. So we chart production, we chart catches, we chart first downs, we chart explosive plays, we chart forced missed tackles, we chart great blocks, we chart missed blocks, we chart MAs, we chart everything. And typically the guys that start, not typically, for sure, the guys that start are the guys that have the most production points at the end of fall camp. And that's how we do things. I don't do it like, hey, I feel like he's playing better. No, he is playing better than you. This is what it is. And the guys that produce the most are the guys that's going to play. And they all know that.
So they're all where right now? Everybody knows exactly where they sit right now?
Oh, for sure. Every Sunday, I give them a cumulative sheet. Hey, this is where the points are, and the guys that are at the top are the guys that are going to start. That's how we do things, because I'll never be accused of showing favoritism to anybody, And I love all my guys top to bottom, and they know that. But I'm never going to be saying, no player will ever say, Coach Lau screwed me. No, Yeah, you want to play better.
Well, I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
No, hey, women lie, men lie, numbers don't.
Bilal, you can help me out with the details here, but you were a high school quarterback
Sir.
and played receiver in college.
Sir.
It sounds familiar with Rodney. I'm not identical situations, but it kind of a takes one to know one kind of a thing where you can be patient, understand that transition, where maybe somebody who hasn't been there can't do that. What was the connection level like with him, and how has that helped? You know, maybe it's more elongated than people want it, but it seemed like the transition has worked.
Yeah, it's a little different situation, I would say, because I think, for Rod, he was an athlete playing quarterback in his high school, and he when you go to when you're in a position like that, it's typically like, hey, you're the best player. Let's just make sure you touch the ball every play. And I wouldn't say he was like an actual quarterback, but the thing about him is he wants to learn. He's eager, and he'll listen. And when you have that, you can progress. If you don't have an eagerness to learn, if you're not willing to be coached, if you don't want to compete, you're not going to grow. So his progress has been made because of those things. Like, he has the athleticism, and everybody in this room knows that. But it's his eagerness to learn and his willingness to compete that allows him to make the progress that he's made.
Worry about attitude or morale last year, by saying, not ready yet, got to get better at this when he does have all that.
Same with Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been easy for people to just turn their head and be like, I'm not doing this.
No, we've never had an issue. Rod's a great kid and great man. Sorry, he's a great man, and we put him in positions to be successful. And he's real with himself too. Like, at some points last year, he probably knew he wasn't ready for certain things, and he understood that. And I'm one of these people. I'm going to be very transparent. I don't hide anything. I don't sugarcoat anything. I'll tell you when you're ready. I'll tell you when you're not. And he understood that, and he knew the things that we had to work on. We met constantly, weekly. Just talk about the things that he needs to get better at. And he brought his little spiral notebook in there. He wrote it down, and he worked on it. So never have to worry about morale. I think sometimes with a guy like him coming from where he's from, with the hype around him coming out of high school, you feel a lot of pressure. I don't think he's that type of person to succumb to pressure. I think he enjoys competing. He enjoys having fun. And I have not seen Rod has not had a moody day since he's been here.
Seems like, though, the depth chart is even more stacked than it would have been last year. So he's a better player now, probably, but it's harder to crack the chart, I'd imagine now.
Yeah, and that's what you want, And there's an old saying, high tide rises all boats, And if you can raise the floor of the room, everybody's going to continue to get better, And that's what's happened through this room. It's a very highly competitive room. But the beautiful thing about this room, man, and this will be my 4th year a part of this program, man. This is the tightest the wide receiver room has been since I've been here. I mean, I'm not just talking about the top 3 guys, the top 4 guys. I got 15 guys in there, and I know that if I call one of them at any point in the day, they're not probably by themselves. They're always with each other. They joke around. They send me pictures of them with each other on the boat, out there on Cheat Lake during the summer. They're always together, and which is a rare thing. And they're not selfish. Obviously, everybody wants the ball, but they really and truly root for each other. Like, when they score touchdowns, my guys are the first ones to go celebrate with them. And it's a special thing that you typically don't find in wide receiver rooms because everybody wants the ball. So we really got a special thing going. There's no animosity. Everybody knows if you want to play, you just got to play better. You got a ball, and that's why we that's why we chart practice the way we chart practice every single day.
What do you need to see from your group as a whole for more efficient play at the red zone?
Say that one more time.
What do you need to see from the group as a whole to become more efficient in the red zone?
Yeah, the thing is the details, right? Because when you get in the red zone, everything's tighter, right? And you got to hit your spots. And it's a thing that I always say: you be where you're supposed to be and be on time. And it's everything in life. If you're supposed to be in the weight room at 8 o'clock, you better be there at 8 o'clock. But if you got a dig route at 15 yards and you need to catch the ball on the hash, I don't care how you get there. You need to be there at 15 yards on the hash when the quarterback hits his 3rd step. And so it's the little things down there that matters, and that's a big thing Coach Brown has implemented this fall camp. It's just a lot of red zone work, and we're starting to see the fruits of that labor. So I anticipate us being a lot better in the red zone this year.
Okay, anything else for Coach Marshall? All right, thank you very much, sir.